Alright, yeah, guys, we are here with another draft game. I'm up against Jordan this time.
That is right. We're playing live right now.
Yeah, so it's going to be a bit of fun. But yeah, it's live for us, so you get to see our live reactions to what we're doing, and we'll kind of try.
You already sent a challenge now?
Yeah, I've already sent a challenge to you.
Oh, okay. It didn't come up. I'll just send you a challenge.
Okay, fair. So yeah, we can do that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So currently you are 3-0?
3-0 or maybe 4-0 now. Actually, I forget.
How
many games?
So you played Mitch. You played Mitch, Adrian, Sobi, and VDK.
Yep. So I'm 4-0.
You're 4-0. I'm 2-0, and Aaron's 4-1. So I'm one of the last hopes to actually preventing your undefeated streak.
True. All right. So I won the flip, and I'm actually choosing to go second, which is
wow. Okay.
It's a bit hit and miss, but because we both know each other's lists, so we can like talk about what we're playing without spoiling anything. I'm playing both Dunsparce and Vulpix in my list, so I kind of like the idea of going second to give myself the option to attack and support turn one. Although you've actually opened the Hooper.
I've opened the Hooper and I've opened the Busted Marshadow, which.
I mean, my hand's dead, so I'm kind of.
but like, you never know if it's gonna be dead or not, so.
It's got a higher chance of being dead now, and it still is. So.
All right, I got the Sneasel as well, so that was a very good turn for me.
Busted. That Hooper's just the best opener.
I got a pretty busted turn 2 coming up as well, Jordan. I'm not gonna lie.
Alright, well it depends, because I might be able to screw you over here if I'm lucky.
Okay. We'll see.
Yes, alright, I got catch your heads. Hopefully you don't have an energy retreat.
Okay, interesting choice by Jordan here.
I don't have much else going on here, so I kind of just hoping that slows you down for a bit. I'm gonna go for the glance, look at your top card.
Is it good?
Oh god damn it!
What is it?
It's really good.
You know what the dumbest thing is, dude? I had Cherish Ball in hand for that Lele, and now I don't even need to use it. So now I can Cherish and grab Zoroark, and then grab Lele to use Red and Blue. That's nuts.
What an insane let loose.
That is so insane.
I'm just hoping you don't have energy. Like, if you've got all of that, maybe you don't have energy.
Well, I mean, the thing is that I don't need the energy necessarily for the Hooper. I can just go with the Zoroark with Righteous Beating.
Yeah, true.
So let's see, we have the Zoroark and we have the Weavile, so that is...
And the red and blue's in deck, so...
Oh, actually, yeah, because I can move the energy from the Hooper to retreat, so yeah.
Yeah. So at least my my catcher annoyed you slightly.
Slightly, but I'm still going to get a knockout this turn.
Not going to be enough. And I'm going to basically need to top deck right now, or game one's over. That's pretty scary.
Yeah, Zoroark's about
I've actually been drawing pretty well overall in my. I mean, obviously I'm 4-0, so of course I've been drawing pretty well. But
oh look, this is a very good start for me. I'm not gonna act like this had anything to do with skill. This was just very fortunate.
But yeah, what I'm saying is like I feel like I'd be like even if you were drawing a little worse or if I was drawing better, it's still gonna be a tough game for me regardless.
So yeah, we just Righteous Beating for that knockout right there. And the pressure is on, buddy.
Yeah, I literally just have to top deck something right now to stay in the game.
Right, let's see what you got.
And I did.
Oh
no!
That's
actually
oh no!
Game.
Oh, and I top decked the Ultra of the Moon. I don't think it would really matter, but
nah. I mean, it's a card you can trade away, I guess.
I could have, but I mean, I just Righteous Beating. Yeah. Wow, that's game 1.
Wow, that's certainly the shortest game I've played.
Oh, that is, I guess, the power of Let Loose. To be honest.
I mean, not that my hand was much better before, but you know.
But it's like, if you have a full hand of cards, then with things like your Cinccino, you have lots of discards, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But when you've got a limited hand and you have to pick resources that you'd probably rather not discard, and especially since you don't have the kind of recovery like Landa's Fishing Rod that I do, it can make it a bit tricky for you.
I do have the Brock's Grit as one of them in this list.
That is true, but that's a support of a turn, you know what I mean? Like...
Yeah. Which is fine if I've got Cinccino for draw, but not
okay,
really
you're making me go first again. Okay.
Going second again, because I think usually, assuming like my deck's doing what it does majority of the time, it should pay off. But I do have to be careful with that turn 1 let loose again.
Well, I can't get to the turn 1 let loose this time.
And your opening is much less broken this time.
Well,
still
I mean,
terrible.
to be fair, it could still be a bit scary for you. If I actually could have benched a basic Pokemon other than... well, I can't explain too much here. But effectively, if I could have benched any of my basic Pokemon, I did have a chance of potentially knocking you out next turn immediately with Guzzlord, which would have been pretty scary.
Certainly pretty scary, so I'm happy
I don't think you have a chance of doing much to me this next turn. I mean, to be fair, Mountain Munch is a pretty nice attack to go for with this Guzzlord early game.
Current game plan is really just to attach a Strike and Run, basically. Although I can go for the Pokekid here, which can get me...
Well, Pokekid's nice because, yeah.
Not sure I want to go for here, actually.
I mean, if it was me, I'd probably grab the Ditto Prism Star. I just think it's a really good thing to bench early.
I mean, I'm gonna get my basics of Strike and Run anyway, so I think I might get an evolution from the Pokekid.
That's true. That's true. Frostmoth. I mean, the issue is you're playing against me though, and I have both the Let Loose Marshadow and I have access to Reset Stamp, so I have a lot of hand disruption at my disposal.
True.
However, the Reset Stamp at this stage of the game isn't super impactful, I would say.
Yeah, I would certainly rather you waste those cards early than have to do it later.
Yeah, I think I have to pump out like a Guzzlord knockout pretty quick here to stay in this game, because your deck, just like mine, has a lot of big acceleration turns, and you are very much nearing yours.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to come down to my draws in the next few turns, because I have an insane hand. Yeah, I've got the Chinchino in hand, hopefully. You'll get me out of this hand.
Well, I've got the Oak set up, so we're getting things moving here. Still, I wouldn't say the perfect situation for me. I don't really have any good attack that I can go for, so I'm gonna go off the premise that you probably can't knock out my Guzzlord next turn.
It does seem difficult.
However, I will play it safe and maybe leave an energy down here on the Sneasel. I feel confident that I might be able to use the Zoroark next turn anyway if there was a potential knockout, and I think I'm going to go for that Mountain Munch, try and mill a good card. Ooh, a Snom, that's very good. Okay, so that means...
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm happy I got my Snom and my Ditto in play.
Oh, for sure. It definitely means now that Ditto is more... The thing is, I don't have any Gust. I had the Fione, but I mean, you're never bringing a Snom active off the Fione, you know?
I wouldn't think so. Alright, so I got an Evolution Incense from the Grave.
So Frostmoth's coming down.
But I don't have anything to power up right now. So I could get like Ninetales instead, because that could get me another Evolution Incense and a Trainer card as well.
Trainer card would be handy. Do you have any like ball search?
I don't have any basic item search though. I've got
Okay. So that's a bit scary for you then, Jordan, heading into next turn.
I could even go for just a second Chinchino here and just draw 2 more cards.
Potentially, you know, it's not the worst idea.
I mean, if I forget the Frostmoth, I'm not doing anything with it this turn anyway, and it's not like you're getting to kill my Snom, so I think I am safe to just get this.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna kill the Snom, but I am hoping to be able to take a knockout next turn. We'll see. It's gonna take a little bit though. Definitely harder with a Pokemon that requires 4 energy, but being able to take 2 prizes off it does make it interesting, because I do have the Glutton GX Guzzlord, so if I chip one of your big boys and then knock it out with that Guzzlord, the game would just end.
That is really scary.
Yeah, there is that factor as well that we got to look into.
I've also got 2 options this turn actually. I can either go for just another Strike and Run just to get some attacking and stuff on board, or I could actually just go for the Sudden Flash, which is 10 damage and 50% chance to get a paralysis on your Guzzlord.
I mean, that could be a decent
I don't think you really have a good way of getting out of paralysis, so I could just take the...
Yeah, unfortunately I don't. The only way that I would have to get out of it, I believe, is Acerola, which is obviously not great. I mean, Acerola only because I'm taking the 10 damage from Sudden Flash.
Yeah, which is funny. I mean, I would like to go for the Strike and Run here. I feel like it's probably not a bad play, just because it will definitely get me stuff next turn. But
yeah, depending on what you're about to do.
Anyway, though, so yeah, I think I will go for the.
Yeah. I'm hoping I don't get paralyzed here, because then, oh, okay, you didn't even go for it. So that makes me feel.
Just play the same.
That makes me feel a little bit better, because I think I am, as long as certain cards aren't prized, I think I am guaranteed to take 2 prizes this turn, which is very good. But
I don't like the sounds of that.
I mean, you can get the return knockout though, which is a little bit scary, but
it's pretty hard though.
I mean, the plus side for me is you have some really good GX Pokemon, but since my Zoroark has Trickster GX, I can use that to your disadvantage, like real quick.
I'm actually gonna make a spicy play here and switch into my Lapras as well.
Okay, with the 190 HP. So
it's not it's gonna make it awkward for me because I can't accelerate to the active.
It's an interesting choice too, though, because if you don't have the Switch Raft, for example, then chipping this Lapras and then setting up for a Glutton knockout could be very interesting in terms of this matchup. Okay, I've got a lot of options on my board, so I'm just going to have to take a second to contemplate what is the best line of play here. I know you run 2 Switch Raft, which I believe are your only retreat options barring U-turn board. So the likely...
I've got Air Balloon, not U-turn board.
Okay, so that means you have 4 ways to retreat this Lapras next turn. However, I do pack the Venom Shot, so I'm actually not too afraid. If I chip this Lapras this turn, I feel pretty good. So let's have a look what we got.
And you got so many good Pokemon.
Okay, so I got everything I want out of this. So let's see. I'm gonna definitely.
Zoroark or the Weavile?
Well, I think I'm gonna grab the Weavile. My plan, Jordan, is that I have actually. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, man. My hand's pretty insane, but you're about to see. So I actually have double Cherish Ball and Lele in hand.
Oh, okay. So you can do pretty much whatever you want to this turn.
Yeah, I'm just a bit apprehensive about benching Lele. I would like to be able to do my combos without it, but I do need the red and blue this turn. So I think I'm gonna have to bench it. I don't think it's a bad thing, but it does mean that I'm less inclined to wanting to bench that Guzzlord GX right now. It's probably something I'd save until after something else gets knocked out, so that can be the next thing to charge up, because ideally I'd want double Poipole down so I can get one of the charging up Naganadellas in play.
Yeah, that's pretty important to have at least one space for the...
Because I'm actually not going to choose to evolve into Zoroark here. I'm actually going to choose to discard both a Fishing Rod and the Field Blower. And yeah, I'm going to get that Ultra Conversion now, because I have the Blacephalon GX, Blacephalon in hand, which is a pretty free discard at this stage.
Well, yeah, if you can draw only 2 cards from Zoroark and 3 from the Ganondorf, so that makes sense to me.
Yeah, so we can go Cherish Ball now and get that Zoroark into play. So
get a point anyway.
Yeah. Like I said, I had double Cherish Ball, it was pretty stupid. So we can Ultra Convert, and then we can inject. Okay, so ooh, is that a good play though? I don't think that's a good play. I have the potential to do something, but I don't think it's worth it.
Interesting.
No, I don't think it's worth to do it yet, but I'm going to trade right now. I'm going to get rid of this Noivern. I don't think Noivern comes up a lot. Oh, perfect. We get the Poipole down. Okay, awesome.
What is this?
Okay, so we get the Poipole down, and then I think the chances of you being able to attack me next turn... I mean, you could, but whether you can get enough damage to knock out Guzzlord is the question, right?
Well, Lapras does flat 160 for free energy, so if I
that
can
is
get
true,
an
but you
attack
need to be able
Lapras
to, like, retreat and then put the energy on and then bring it back to the active.
Correct.
That's the tricky part for you. So I'm gonna chuck an energy over here, and we're gonna put some pressure on this turn, I think, Jordan. I think I'm gonna discard my Sneasel as well and grab another energy out of the deck. Thanks for that, Viridian. I do appreciate.
No problem, mate.
And
well, the good thing here is if I don't get the switch, then you actually just get to take 4 prizes on this Lapras, right?
Yes. Well, no, I take 3. I think 3 prizes on the Lapras.
Oh, that's right. It's not double. It's just 1 extra.
But it does mean that then you're in range of 1 Glutton GX for game with any of your basic Pokemon that are all under 100 HP.
Yeah.
So that's a scary thing. So I think, yeah, I definitely just want to throw off the Red Banquet here. I had the chance to get Let Loose Marshadow there, but I didn't think it was worth it given you had the Cinccino, so you'd probably be able to draw out of that lock anyway.
Yeah, the double Cinccino makes me feel pretty comfortable overall.
And plus, the priority there was getting to the Poipole, so that I could try and get the charging up Naganadel down, because if a Pokemon does get knocked out... I guess the way I'm doing it now, Jordan, is that I'm saying your Lapras can knock out my Guzzlord, but then if I can get down the Naganadel, then I can guarantee an energy off Viridian, and then guarantee that Zoroark can get the Revenge KO, so at least it's not... you're not getting the knockout for free.
Yep.
And plus, you're getting a knockout for 1 prize, and I'm getting a knockout for 2.
Alright, this could be very solid. There's actually one other switching card that you forgot about, Sam, and it could be the worst one for you.
Oh, you have...
very reliable, though.
Oh, Scoop.
No! Oh, that's really bad.
I forgot you had that. You only 2 copies, though, so getting those tails is pretty rough. You do have the Frostmoth down, but...
Yeah, so I do actually have access to the knockout, because I was able to get the Switch Raft. But I would have loved to get that.
Oh, 100%. If you could have got that back, that would have been... It would have made the game very difficult for sure.
Yeah, I think it would have put me in a very, very dominant spot. But that's alright, we got the tails, so does that put me out of range of the Glutton? No, it doesn't. Wait, yeah.
You are exactly in range of Glutton. However, if you do knock out my Guzzlord, I think it is highly unlikely I'm going to be able to get off the Glutton GX play.
Oh, I don't think you're going to get off next turn. I'm just scared of that happening at some point. I'm sure it'll happen eventually.
Let's see. Next turn, I think, yeah, there's just no chance. Even if I red and blue and attach, it's not going to happen. However, I do have a pretty easy line to a Righteous Beating knockout next turn, which I don't mind here.
That's certainly pretty solid. Good thing is that you have a Psychic Energy on that Megadol.
So so it's basically good to go. I could even just snipe a Frostmoth if I wanted to, since you can't attack during your next turn with Lapras.
It's good for me because you can't actually move that, so if you do want to go for the Righteous Beating, you actually do have to find that red and blue for Edge Acceleration.
Well, not exactly. I currently am holding an Ultra Ball in hand, so for my draw for turn... Well, I mean, so the Ultra Ball doesn't really matter. I have an energy in hand already, so what matters is whatever I top deck off of trade, I could just discard the two things I get off of trade, Ultra Ball, and then have the energy in hand, so I can get a knockout with Zoroark no matter what. What I'm contemplating, actually, Jordan...
But don't you need 2 energy?
I do. I have 1 energy in hand, and then I can get the Naganadel onto the bench to recharge an energy.
Okay, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I'm saying. The tricky thing is, though, I am somewhat contemplating the potential of bringing up Naga and Venom shotting a Frostmoth, but I don't think it's worth it. I think Zoroark is fine.
Yeah. Does seem okay.
Interesting top deck. Very interesting top deck. Okay.
I don't know how to feel about
that. I don't know if I want to play it. I don't think I do, actually. I think I want to use it as my trade target, which is so weird to say, but you don't have a way of disrupting my hand, so I think this is fine to get rid of this Oranguru.
Yeah, it's probably okay. You've got Zoroark and Necrozma in play. Sorry, not Necrozma, Meganadel. So you've got access to draw if you need it.
Now I'm just contemplating, I mean, you could potentially just get another knockout next turn. Well, no, it's very hard for you to get a knockout next turn. The fear that I have, actually, in this matchup is how strong Keldeo is against me. That is definitely a Pokemon that I'm worried about, which is why I wanted to get to the 3 prizes as fast as possible, so that the Naganadel could have been a bigger threat. So now I got to think about this one. Okay, so I could probably just get the Righteous Beating knockout, and that should just be my priority. So I think I'll just choose to go down that line. So we're going to have to Ultra Ball away. I don't like that I have to get rid of these cards, but I think...
Well, you only get to keep 1 card. They'll just choose your best card and just the other 2, basically.
Yeah.
What did you get rid of? Choice Band and was it Field Blow?
Choice Band and Lana's Fishing Rod. Not ideal things to ditch, but I kind of had to guarantee the Naganadel here.
Yeah. And you've got access... Oh, you've already had the energy. I was going to say you can Viridian Forest with the energy.
Yeah. If I wanted to, I definitely could have. But we have the knockout here, which is pretty good.
Sure is.
And I guess the plus is, in a bind against the Keldeo, I could always go for Trickster GX and copy your Sonic Edge to break through your ability.
Yeah, that's really spicy, actually. I hadn't thought of that.
But the Righteous Beating does get the exact number for knockouts. That is fantastic. Hopefully we can get some...
You copy it. Oh, well. Pretty close game at the moment.
It is. I don't feel like I'm in a good position because I... unfortunately, you were able to get that Lapras in the active. If I was able to knock something out with that Guzzlord and take those 2 prizes and Lapras is still on the board without being able to knock me out, I would have felt a lot better because shifting the energy around would have been great. But now that I have the Naganadel in play, getting energy back every turn, and I feel like you shouldn't be able to get a knockout this turn. Even the Keldeo will miss by 10, and I don't believe you run any kind of damage modifier.
Yeah, I really wanted to get Choice Band, unfortunately I wasn't able to take that one.
Yeah, somebody took it. God, who could have done that, Jordan?
I could potentially have a really strong play this turn.
I mean, if you can get down the Palkia, that's the play that I'm a little bit concerned about. However, if you do get down the Palkia, then the obvious fear for you is that I have a Tapu Lele GX on board. So then Energy Drive becomes an issue, right?
Yes, that could...
So it's like a double-edged sword, right? You want to get the knockout, but you're kind of worried about what happens if you do.
Yeah, well said.
Well, I mean, we're having a fun game. We're not playing for sheep stations out here. If we were, I wouldn't tell you that because I'd hope you just go in blindly with a Palkia, and then just watch it get blown up by a Lele.
Other thing, I think I am considering using the Palkia here, but I'm thinking actually using the GX attack.
If you can Zero Vanish, that could be incredibly scary. However,
well, I can, so I think that's what I'm leaning towards.
However, there is a potential downside to that, though.
Is that so?
I don't know. I think so. We'll see. I mean, it might
certainly not amazing.
It might not be that bad as what I'm anticipating it will be, but definitely a scary situation ahead could happen.
I think there's even a really strong player can make the Zero Vanish as well. I'll see if I can get access to it.
I'm down for this, Jordan. Ooh.
Oh, damn it. I was going to catch out the Nagano and knock out
that would have been insane. So is that both catches this game already done with? No, it was last game you used the catcher. That's right. You you got the catcher success last game, but it didn't matter. So
that's a little disappointing.
That is a little disappointing. You've had two tails, which kind of sucks, man.
Both of them would have been like super big as well.
Yeah, 100%.
I still feel like I'm in an okay position.
I absolutely think you're in an okay position.
I've still got that second skill up in my deck somewhere as well, so that could potentially help me in the future.
Another spicy play I could have gone for in this matchup after seeing the Lapras was weakened was, instead of knocking it out, I could have tried bringing up the Stinger Naganadel and using that to all my energy. Using the Stinger Naga to ensure that Stinger Naga to then mean that all I had to do was use my Guzzlord to knock out your Lapras and the game just ended.
Yeah, that's fair as well.
Okay,
although it's probably easier to take it out and then not take another knockout later.
I've drawn into a very interesting prospect here, Jordan. I'll tell you that.
I like it when you say that.
It's very interesting. I don't think it's going to be super impactful, but I definitely have some options here. So I'll tell you, because I'm a pretty honest guy. I've drawn into Guzzlord GX. Now, Guzzlord GX can be a very good Pokemon in this stage, because what I could try and do this turn is get Zoroark to use Trickster to copy the Zero Vanish, and then force you to have to find all the energy out again, but that means that I can't Glutton GX you for the game. So I have to... The other option is I can obviously discard the Guzzlord with my Naganadel.
Right.
The ideal situation this turn, though, that I think I'm going to try and hunt for if I can... I can't do it anyway, it doesn't matter. I've discarded both of my Lana's fishing rods, I didn't even realise that. I have no way to bring back Choice Band. If I could have brought back Choice Band, I could have Trickster copied Zero Vanish and knocked out your Palkia on the same turn.
Oh my god, that would have been insane.
Unfortunately, I can't do that. I'm just going to take a second. Let's see. So we know that...
Well, you've got a lot of options, it sounds like.
You've made a very smart play this turn, potentially without even realising it.
Have I?
With not putting one more energy on Palkia, you prevented it from being knocked out by Lele.
Oh yeah, I did realize that.
So yeah, there's 5 on there, which is 100. Lele can get... Or no, even you... I would have needed like 4 on it this turn.
Yeah.
Very unlikely. So, okay. Let's start with trade, I think. I don't need Oak setup right now, so let's get rid of that. Okay, interesting card. Interesting. Just trying to think if that's going to be relevant. I don't think it will be. See, the fear that I have is that you have so many, like you have double Cinccino, so the chance of you searching for the energy, but then again, Palkia's retreat cost, so maybe, I think the Trickster is the play if I can get it off. So,
it also just does 150, which is just a solid amount of damage to do.
So I'm definitely going to charge up here. So the tricky part heading into next turn... is like there is such a temptation to bench this Guzzlord because of the fact that if I chip this Palkia and then can find, say, like Altar of the Moon on my next turn and then find a way to get an extra energy into play, that could be amazing, but I just don't think that's going to happen.
Especially if you risk your Zoroark being knocked out.
I think I'd rather just knock out this Palkia and then say that there's only like one more attacker really left in your deck that you can throw. Well, there's a couple, but like ideally you want Keldeo.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to Ultra Good with
Goodbye, Guzzlord GX. Don't have to worry about you this game.
Alright, so we're gonna Altar of the Moon.
That is a solid card.
Ooh, do I play this card? You have double Cinchino though, so I don't think it's that great. However, actually, it could be. Given what I'm about to do, it could be. Well, it'd be better to do it afterwards. I think I just go, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I do have another card I could play from my hand right now, but I don't think it's worth it.
Okay. Alright, he's doing it. Going for the Trickster GX. And he got rid of my Viridian as well, that's actually kind of annoying. Good thing is, I only have to do 60 damage to get knocked out.
Absolutely. Like, it's pretty realistic for you, especially if you have a means to switch and retreat, which I'm sure you would. So that's definitely an issue for me.
So I've got the Switch Raft and also an Air Balloon in hand, so that's going to give me a good pivot for the rest of the game. Yeah, so actually this is pretty fine.
And all you need is the 3 energy on to get the knockout, so...
Yeah, I'm gonna go for some trades first.
Oh, 100%, 100%. We both have the trade mon, so I would be surprised if we didn't do situations like that.
Now the question is, yeah, I think I don't really want to attack with the damage pulp here, but I mean, I'm gonna take the knockout.
I was gonna say, you take the knockout, you get 2 prizes, and then I've got not a whole lot going for me right now. I would love to be able to get a second Poi Pole down to potentially get double Meganodon going, because I think that could be really strong in this late game.
It's gonna be really hard for you to draw cards most likely for the rest of the game, because you've lost your Zoroark and you've already traded most of your Ultra Beasts.
Yes, that is true. That could be a big issue in this game, and I've lost both my fishing rods, so I have no way to get Zoroark back.
Could be running a little low on resources here. You do still have that charging up Meganodon and possibly an attachment, so
yes,
you might be able to get this knockout this turn. But
I do definitely get the knockout this turn. That's not really the problem. I'm thinking a few more turns in advance. But what I can do is probably get the knockout here with Lele, so that's great.
Certainly can't complain about that.
No, definitely got some options here. So we'll just do the obvious play of attaching and charging up. And then I got a tricky choice here. I think I want to do the Ultra Conversion first. Okay. So these are some pretty good cards to hit. How am I playing this turn? Don't think there's anything in particular I want back from there, so I could probably just get rid of those two, and then yeah, I think I'm gonna throw out an Ultra Ball here. We'll get rid of Noibat and Lusamine, because I don't think either of them are going to come up in this game.
Probably not.
And I got a tricky choice, Jordan, because I don't actually think you're going to be able to knock me out this turn, or next turn, sorry.
Yep.
With any Pokemon. So I'm tossing up between grabbing a Poi Pole to try and get the second charging up Naga, or put pressure on you by grabbing a Guzzlord. Because if I can hit Energy and the Naga into next turn, Altar of the Moon gives me free retreat, and then Guzzlord could just seal the game.
That is very true.
If you can't obviously bench another GX Pokemon. But I have a feeling you might be able to. Definitely a scary prospect if you can. So I think it's safer to grab the Poi Pole thinking long term.
Yeah.
Because what I'm going to do as well, again, trying to think long term here about the state of the game, I am going to let loose.
Ooh, spicy. I had an okay hand set up there. Not amazing, but, you know.
Like, it's more kind of forcing you to... Well, the hope is that I've kind of put a bunch of water energies in your hand, which you can obviously discard. But if you can't hit the Pokemon off of that stuff, then I'm hoping you just draw into a bunch of water energies instead of what you need.
Yeah, certainly not unrealistic to have happen.
And then we should be able to just energy drive for the knockout, and we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah, it's good. I don't think getting a knockout Miraculous is the best thing to be able to do. So.
And with the Altar of the Moon still in play, I can shuffle around my attackers here, and I do definitely have an idea for what I want to do next turn. So we'll just have to wait and see what you do, Jordan. If you can't knock out the Lele, I'm feeling pretty good.
I don't think I'll be able to.
I think the only chance you have is if you got the Keldeo GX, and then you were able to use Misty Lorelei.
Well, Misty Lorelei's in the bin, and I'm only running one.
Well, there you go. So that covers that option.
I was holding the Brock's grip before you went for the Let Loose.
Yeah, so I just felt like the Let Loose there because of the fact that there's so many water energy that was shuffled in that the hope was that you're just drawing into a bunch of them now. And if you don't have a corresponding target, then it's pretty good.
I have an interesting idea. I don't know if it's
I love it when you have interesting ideas, Jordan.
I don't know if I like it. I think I do like it. I think it's gonna have to do.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
The bench barrier Mew, okay.
Yeah. Go for a Psy Power.
Okay, Jordan. Okay, I see you.
So the question is what I want to do with this sucker. I think we want one here. And I want to say 2 here.
Okay, so you're putting that Marshadow in range of an Ice Blade from that Ninetales.
Yep.
Interesting. So I could knock out the Mew this turn, but that could be dangerous. Okay, well I got a Poipole in hand, so I might as well Ultra Conversion that away, try and find the second Ganondorf if I can. I did not find it. Okay, so that could be a potential
the second
problem.
charging up Ganondorf.
That would have been a really good thing to find this turn, was the second charging up Ganondorf. Alright, so Mew definitely gets knocked out because of Psychic Weakness, and...
Well, Psychic Weakness doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just do flat 60, don't I?
And also, don't forget the Lele actually does not hit the weakness then.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm a big dum-dum. Anyway,
so, your statement was correct, but for the wrong reason.
I think I will... No, I can't do that yet. Gonna chuck an energy down on the Weavile, because after a charging up, it could be a second attacker that could get a crucial knockout.
Yeah, 130 solid.
Yeah, 130. I mean, it's the best I've got right now, because Turning Points can be weakened, and Venom Shot would require a Psychic Energy, and I don't really want to risk that.
Yeah. I mean, you can move the energy later anyway, so it doesn't really matter where you attach it.
So I think I'm just gonna... Yeah, I think I'm just gonna Energy Drive for nothing. I'm a little bit worried about this end game, Jordan. I don't really know what's about to happen.
I'm gonna need to draw well off of these upcoming.
I'm just wondering what you're gonna do this turn, because I definitely have a play for next turn.
I have a play I'd like to make. I don't know if I'll be able to make it.
There's one play that you could make where if it works and you get it to go off, I honestly might just lose. But
well, that's kind of what I was hoping to have happen.
I don't know, because you can't get both knockouts this turn. But oh no, you wouldn't. I wouldn't lose. No. I think. I actually don't know what's about to happen. If you can't get 3 knockouts this turn, I don't know what's about to happen. Maybe you do have a way of getting 3 knockouts this turn, as far as I know.
I don't think I do, to be honest.
Okay, well I'm curious about what's about to happen then. I mean,
well, I think I'm 1 card away from pulling off the play I wanted to make.
Okay.
I've still got a good play, but it's risky. Just trying to think if there's anything I can do. I've actually drawn Red's Challenge, so I can fetch any card I want out of my deck.
Okay.
But it doesn't get what I wanted because I need more than 1 card. I need 2 cards.
Oh, Dude, this is why I used to hate playing Red's Challenge in Mewtwo back in the day, because there's always more than 1 card that you want on a turn.
Yeah, I know, right?
And it's so frustrating.
I'm just deciding, like, there's nothing I need to get. Is it worth playing? Because I am running low on resources. I don't know if I've got 1 card I can discard for sure, but I don't know if I have 2 cards I can discard. And I don't know.
This is what I was hoping would happen with your Cinchinos, is the whole discard issue. So, got the Ninetales being set up. So that's smart. You did the damage so that you ensure that Ice Blade and Blizzard Edge get double knockout, like following turns. So you're basically giving me a turn to win the game, or some kind of boat.
I very obviously used that side power with the Ninetales GX as my endgame in mind.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
I think I am actually going to go ahead and play the Reg Challenge.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Because the Andrew Tool gives me an extra card I can discard. Is there anything in here that could save me? Unfortunately, no. So I'm just going to grab this.
Okay.
And then...
Red's Challenge, you don't have to reveal the card? That's crazy.
Yes.
I didn't realize that. That's kind of nuts. Alright, so we got the Ice Part, the Blizzard Edge, and then that was set up. Okay.
So I've got game on board right now.
Well, Jordan, I think I have game in hand, because
I think you might as well.
You may have done, like, you didn't realize it, but you playing down the Psi Power Mew for that attack...
No, I know very well what that meant.
Set up the path for me to win, because I have a Psychic Energy in hand, so...
Well, that's what I was aiming to do, is I was trying to, off those make dudes, I was trying to get the Brock Script to get the Mew back into death.
That's fair.
But I missed the Brock Script, which means there was no way for me to search for the Mew. So that's the one card I was talking about that I was missing.
Damn, dude. What a game. That was a really good game.
That was so good. I knew that there was a risk of me losing the game if I didn't get the Mew, and I was trying to dig for as hard as I could, but that let loose getting rid of the Brock Script basically...
I didn't think I'd be able to pull that one out. In the middle of the game, I really thought you had the Ascendancy, but... Damn.
You're able to just keep coming, like, even after I Zero Bash and keep knocking at you, you're always able to just pull off a really powerful 2-energy.
That's why the Naga engine's so strong, man.
Yeah, if I got that catcher,
oh dude, 100%, yeah, if you got that catcher, you probably won the game. Like,
that was really good stuff.
Yeah, really good game, man. 100%. So you go to 4-1, and I go to 3-0. So you, me, and Aaron right now are looking... pretty...
Yeah, I think you're the only person who's got a chance of going undefeated in this tournament now. I think everyone else...
I honestly think my matchup against Calvin is really bad. Even though I have Pokemon that can take multiple prizes, I have so many Pokemon with abilities that his Weavile is going to have a field day. Like, I really don't know what kind of line of attack I can go with. I got to try and maybe not use Charge Up Naga in the early game and try and go in with, like, Glutton GX with just a Weavile and a Zoroark to guarantee that a Domination doesn't do too much. It's tricky though, but thank you very much for being on here, man. I appreciate it, and Jordan, as you guys know, has been giving us his gameplay, but for this one we wanted to do like a nice fun live, just showing off both the decks, but I am sure Jordan will make it to the finals. This is his only loss for the entire thing.
Well, I don't know, it's still 2 more games, I'm not super
You know what the craziest part about this is? I played 3 sets, and I haven't lost a game yet. This is stupid.
Oh my god, your deck might be actually
This is stupid, dude. The Naga engine just comes in clutch. But yeah, thank you again, Jordan, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.
See ya.